Paradip is ideally suited for a mega port.
What have you done for the last 2 financial years that you have been India's #1 cargo handling port?
Systematic planning, hard work, mechanization. Paradip, in terms of productivity, is the number one. We have decided to freeze the tariff for next 3 years, not a single rupee increase.
If you were to choose between Chhena Podo and Rasgulla, and what is your go-to Odia phrase?
Jai Jagannath.
We were the first traders who go all the way to Sumatra. Why it is that we took so many years? Hello, Mr. Haranadh. Thank you for accepting our invitation for Business Pulse. Um, you're a illustrious leader yourself. You have 30 odd years of experience behind you, 30 odd years of excellence working in the port space. And what makes me curious is that despite all the accolades, all the awards, and all the reception you have gotten for for maximizing the shareholder value and working with various institutions, what will be interesting for me as a younger guy is to understand from a layman perspective what your industry is all about. And I'll start off with a little story from my childhood.
Please.
When I was 4 year old, I was stationed in Paradip with my family.
Oh, great.
Yeah, around the time where the super cyclone hit, right? And I remember even back then I had a very layman perspective on ports, especially Paradip Port. To me, as a child, it was one of those places where containers used to be stacked on top of each other like Lego set, and cranes would move and ships would dock. I never knew that these ports function as an invisible, bloodline for the business that we carry out, the commerce that we carry out. I did not know that then that these ports are essentially the invisible backbone of Indian and, Odisha's economy. So from that child to now, I don't think I have learned much. So today will be an unraveling. It will be educational and hopefully an enlightening experience for me and the audience.
Yeah,
So if I do ask you any lame, dumb questions, please
no issue
forgive
at all.
me.
You're free. You're free to ask whatever you want. No issue.
Although I have, kind of explained your body of work, I would like to hear a lot of times when we welcome a guest, we don't want to limit you in terms of your achievements and in terms of what you do professionally. So could I ask you, if you were to describe yourself, Haranadh Babu, how will you describe yourself, both professionally and personally?
So, very interesting question.
Yes.
And as a Haranadh, I have put up professional experience of about 30 to 33 years of service in various logistic areas. It is very really satisfying for me, and at different points of time, we could solve some of the problems with the help of our mentors and our superior officers, as well as the teams I had. I will give a lot of credit for the teams, because ultimately, that if the teams do not support, a leader cannot achieve anything.
Correct.
And at personal level, I am a simple man, and mostly little more religious than normal. And I love reading religious books, as well as I'm interested in sports also. And I want to spend time for myself if leisure is available, rather than going to any parties.
Before I move on to the professional side of it, could I ask you, when you say you read religious book, that is very interesting. What religious book are you referring to?
So I have a number. Basically, when I was a child,
Yeah.
and my grandfather used to every day he used to teach me. Yeah, otherwise he used to tell me the stories of Ramayana, Bhagavatam, Bharatam, so many things that went on for 5 to 6 years continuously.
Hmm.
So that influence has been there on me,
Hmm.
and I read any kind of religious books and try to understand, and it is a continuous process.
Yeah, yeah. So Bhagavatam talks about dharma, right? It talks about your call to duty. So do you feel that when you are in one of your ports, especially the Paradip port, uh, what is that call to duty like?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is a great responsibility.
Yeah.
In fact, parallelly, it is a big challenge also.
Hmm.
A port like Paradip has been dreaming for long
Hmm.
to become number one cargo handling port. It has all potential strengths are there. It has a huge hinterland available where the cargo originates for export as well as for import.
Correct.
And it is a very good port, and the team is excellent. Normally, a port grows by inch. Normally, any organization has two types of growth stories.
Correct.
One growth story is incremental growth story. Every year there will be 3%, 2%, 5%. It keeps on happening. Another growth story is a transformation. In a short period of time, the organization can transform itself and then become number one or sitting at the top of the entire hierarchy. That's why last 2-3 years, with the blessings of Mahaprabhu, we could achieve that kind of transformation in Paradip.
So just to contextualize again from a layman perspective, how much is 150 million metric tons? Like, what does that mean? How huge? How can you help me visualize
Then
it?
it is a massive, it is
Yeah.
almost in terms of Indian numbers, 15 crores of tons.
Wow.
Every year, 4 to 5 lakh tons of cargo is handled at the port.
Okay.
If you go to Paradip, you can see that at any point of time, 6 to 7 million tons of cargo, huge heaps of iron ore, coal, and then tanks full of the crude, steel cargo, containers are visible. So this is a big challenge to unload them and load them, to transport them, and to ensure that the pollution is not beyond the certain levels, keeping this dusty cargo. It's a big challenge.
Correct. Correct. And how do you go about doing it? Like, what have you done for the last, 2 financial years that you have been retaining this status that you're the, what do you say, the, India's number one cargo handling port, right? Again, what does it take? Like, what did you do, and what are the systems and process did you set, and how did you, orient your team so that you could retain this status?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First, what we have done is we have to improve the capacity. We have to
Okay.
mechanize the berths. In the traditional system of cargo handling in a berth, what happens is when the ship arrives at the berth, it is berthed. It gets loaded or unloaded with the manual ways.
Okay.
So, or with the help of some cranes, which are about 100-ton cranes or something like that. So, these cranes and all kind of this is semi-mechanized or manual mode of handlings will give very low productivity. That means, for example, 10,000 to 15,000 coal can be unloaded from a ship. If suppose I increase this 15,000 to 50,000 or 70,000 per day, then automatically the same berth can handle 3 or 4 times more than the cargo it was handling earlier. So for that, mechanization is the only solution.
Okay.
So we have gone for a mechanization. We have completed 3-4 important projects, very rapid pace. So where now normally in India average, entire Indian port average, one vessel, if it is berthed at a particular berth for one day, it handles 18,000 tons average, Indian average. Paradip, in terms of productivity, is the number one. It handles 34,000 against the average of 18,000 tons. That means some of the berths are doing 1 lakh tons, some of the berths are doing 5,000 because the type of the cargo is it necessitates to handle less type or less volume of cargo. So that's why this is the one thing we have done is we have increased the capacity of handling at the berths. That is the first thing by mechanizing.
Okay.
Second thing is we have improved some of the systems. These systems are very simple. Some of the systems, 1 or 2 examples I will give you, how they have benefited us. For example, normally between the two ships, one ship is there and adjacent berth another ship is there. Between the two ships, 20-meter gap is required. Normally, Indian norm is 20-meter gap they'll keep so that safety is ensured and operationally it is convenient. So when you keep 20 meters, sometimes some of the berths, because it's a long key line, some of the vessels may not be berthed. So we could reduce, probably no other port in the country has reduced it from this 20 meters to 10 meters.
Wow.
So with this, our pilots have done a wonderful job on this. It is a very, very challenging system, but our pilots, when they gain idea given, they have taken up the idea, they've implemented it. As a result, more number of vessels we could berth on the same berth.
Okay.
And also we have actually put the norms. But if a vessel comes and if it handles on a berth, and suppose if it handles beyond certain level, we used to give incentives.
Acha.
And if it doesn't handle, we used to levy penalties.
Acha.
So initially, the
Oh,
penalties was high, the incentive was less.
no.
Now today, we are giving more incentives than penalty. That shows that the productivity has gone up.
Okay.
So, and there are so many other incentives because this number one position has not come to us by coincidence, or it has come with a lot of hard work, systematic planning, system improvement, business development. Because the capturing the customer is another thing. First, you have increased your capacity. That does not bring the cargo to you. You have to create confidence with the customers. The customers want what they want. They want ease of doing business. They want a better productivity. They want a cheaper tariff. We in 20, because now the each port, after the major port authority act has come into place, each port can fix its own tariff.
Okay.
Earlier government we used to fix, but it used to be approved by a authority.
Hmm.
But now we have a freedom to fix.
Hmm.
In 2022, after this act has been passed, when we got an opportunity to fix the tariff, we have decided to freeze the tariff for next 3 years, not a single rupee increase.
Okay.
So some of our officers were little, they did not agree with this.
Okay.
But with this, our volumes have gone up, our revenues have gone up. Even though we have not increased our tariff, the confidence with the customer has gone up. More and more customers are preferring Paradip now today. So this shows that it is the ultimately the service what we provide is the more important rather than anything else.
Lovely. A lot of times in news and in media, the West Coast gets a lot of limelight. They get a lot of attention. Despite the East Coast, especially the Odia maritime history, I'm sure you must be familiar, right? We were the first traders who, we used to go to all the way to Sumatra. And it was the Odia traders and Odia ships that kind of used to engage in trade. Despite that cultural legacy and heritage, why it is that we took so many years to arrive at where we have finally arrived, while the West Coast gets all the limelight and attention?
I don't agree with now the East Coast is also equally getting attention, especially for the last 10 years under the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji.
Hanji.
The East Coast has got major attention.
Okay.
A lot of infrastructure projects, connectivity projects, port development has been done today. We have added almost 50 to 60 million tons of capacity in the last 5 years. This happened only because of the Sagarmala program launched by our Honorable Prime Minister of the country. So various push activities that have been done to the economy under the leadership of our Prime Minister. Now the East is also picking up momentum. Earlier, the infrastructure was outdated. Connectivity was not appropriate. The ports are not doesn't have the port does not have the capacity to handle these things, and then the industrialization is a little bit slow. So all these have been rectified now. Now today we are the number one major port. It has been already acknowledged by everyone in the globe, all the globe.
Yeah, yeah. And if, like, from a shareholder vantage point, what are the updation in technology and processes that one can expect for the ease of trade? I know that you have already discussed about that. Could you go into a little bit of granular detail?
Yeah, basically, for as a part of ease of doing business, we have rolled out a national logistic portal, Marine.
National
Logistic portal, Marine, in
Okay.
all the major ports. Now,
Okay.
all the non-major ports, which are private ports, are also joining. So it is kind of a single window. Now, what happens is in maritime sector, lot of documents are required to be submitted to various organizations because the port is there, customs, then port health officer is there, then immigration, then maritime departments. They have to submit a lot of documents, and then there are multiple submissions to different organizations of the same document. So that now what happens if a customer, exporter or importer uploads a document in the single window system, so everybody can get access of that particular document. So as a result, so it becomes easy for the exporters and importers to do business with the ports. They can sit in their air conditioned offices and they can pay their entire dues through the e-payment. They can submit their documents, and also they can now see the entire operations of the port through live cameras also.
Okay.
So that means it will give them confidence as well as the ease which they require, really they require for doing business with any organization.
Are there any ghost sightings, any kind of strange, ET sightings, UFOs? Again, I'm just
First
randomly.
of all, I don't believe in that. And that's why that is a
Okay.
good thing to not to
Okay.
believe those things. For those who
Yeah.
believe, they will see every day.
So, sir, I was told that Paradip port is set to become one of India's solar-powered major port by 2030. Could you tell us something about this? What is the secret strategy between, this entire what do you say, transformation? How are you going to bring this transformation?
Paradip port is a green port in making.
Okay.
Solar power is one of the components of this
Hmm.
green port.
Okay.
We are developing a 10 megawatt green solar power plant, which will be ready by February 2026.
Okay.
And again, we are going for another tender for another 10 megawatt. So that means 20 megawatt will be ready by 2026 September.
Hmm.
Then our goal is, because we are highly mechanized port, this entire mechanization requires electric power.
Hmm.
This electric power should be sourced from the solar.
Hmm.
So suppose this 20 megawatt may not fully meet my total requirement of electric power.
Hmm.
I require further also.
Hmm.
That's why I have already applied with government of Odisha to have a distribution license.
Hmm.
So which will help me to purchase the green power from the solar producers of the state.
Hmm.
So my plan is by 2030, entire port will be mechanized.
Hmm.
The machinery will get the entire machinery will be electrified. The electricity will be sourced from the solar. That
Hmm.
means the entire machinery will be powered by solar only. Apart from that, we are also uh, plantation we are doing in a big way.
Okay.
You can see now, if you, I don't know whether you have visited Paradip recently.
Hmm.
If you enter, you can see huge number of massive plantation you must be seeing.
Hmm.
And when I joined in 2021,
Hmm.
I got in first 6 months, I got enumerated roughly approximate the plants available or trees are there already, which have survived.
Hmm.
1990, after 1999 super cyclone, everything got washed out.
Hmm.
From 1999 to 2021, approximately 4.5 lakh trees are they survived.
Okay.
After that, they have been planted, some must have survived. Last 4 years, we could plant another 4.5 lakh trees in just 4 years time. Every year I have given target to our people to plant about 1.5 lakh trees.
Hmm.
We could plant 4.5 lakh trees in the last 4 years. That means we have come almost about 9 lakh trees. I kept a target for our team that we should become the first port in the country
Hmm.
with 1 million tree coverage. There is no port in the country with 10 lakh trees as on date, even very, very less.
Hmm.
So for that, we have to sacrifice a lot of land. That is a big thing.
Lovely, lovely. So with over a 111 percentage growth, year-on-year growth in throughput, I hope I'm getting it right. Container
Yeah.
throughput is what you call it. Um, what what are the parts? What are the next steps that we can see to maximize this percentage? Like in the coming years, how do you intend to increase this percentage? And what are the other facilities that you're putting in place to you know
Yeah.
get, increase this percentage of throughput?
The containerization is a new mode of transportation.
Hmm.
In future, the containerization will grow. Already developed countries, most of the cargo is transported through containers.
Okay.
We are increasing the percentage of container cargo rapidly.
Hmm.
But traditionally,
Hmm.
Paradip was concentrating on coal and iron ore
Correct.
for so many years.
Correct.
We have decided to diversify the cargo basket. That is the first part. Second part is we got it surveyed what is the container traffic available in and around Paradip. In the Orissa,
Hmm.
we have 2 lakh containers per year are available. These 2 lakh containers are going to Vishakhapatnam port and Kolkata port,
Hmm.
since we don't have an appropriate container handling facilities at Paradip.
Okay.
I'll tell one example. There is a Paradip fishing harbor,
Okay.
which is located just adjacent to the port. From there, if they want to transport one container of this aqua products,
Uh,
reefer container, from Paradip, they are taking to Vishakhapatnam to transport it. You can see
Yes.
how fun
Yes.
it is. They
Yes.
are incurring
Hmm.
1 lakh rupees in terms of transportation cost for one containers.
Okay.
If they transport the same through Paradip, it
Okay.
will be only 10,000 rupees. That means how the logistic cost can be reduced not only for this, for other industries which are located in Paradip.
Hmm.
So this we have taken up, and now what we have done is for the first time last financial year in the history of 57, 58 years, for the first time export and import containers we handled last year.
Hmm.
For that, a number of steps have been taken by us. We have given concession for the container liners who are coming to our port 75% of my charges. I'll only
Okay.
charge 25%.
Okay.
Government of Orissa, I must thank Government of Orissa. They have, I think, no other maritime state could do this kind of marketing exercise for a major port.
Hmm.
So they are providing VGF,
Hmm.
viability gap funding for the container liners if they are coming to Paradip. Because container liners actually dictate the container business. If they have to come to Paradip, because anyhow they are getting the same container from
Correct.
Visakhapatnam, why
Correct.
they have to come to Paradip?
Hmm.
If they have to come to Paradip, there are some minimum required containers are there for them to at least to meet the operational costs.
Hmm.
So that's why they said initially हमको 250 containers per call is required.
Hmm.
Initially 250 may not be there because the ecosystem will build up. Some time it will take 6 months, 7 months, 1 year. So government of Orissa has come that so whatever slots which have gone for vacant, some charges will be paid from the government side. So only 6 months they could do it. Afterwards it has gone up 250. They were asking 500, 600 per call they were getting now.
Hmm.
And last time we could handle. And we are developing an exclusive container terminal. We at present we have a container terminal which handles steel also. But now we are developing an exclusive container terminal. The tender is in very final stage. Within a year and a half, the terminal will be ready.
Hmm.
And we are also developing container freight stations, which are container freight stations are the areas where the customers will bring the containers and aggregate it. Because all the containers, ship may, for example, 5,000 containers have to be transported. All 5,000 will not come in one day. They will
Correct.
come over a period of 20 days, 30 days. There should be some area where they can park those containers and keep them and stuff them. Custom clearances are actually taken, formalities are fulfilled. So they are called container freight stations. Those things already one we have developed. Conquer Container Corporation of India has developed that. Another two container stations we are already in the final stage of tendering.
Hmm.
So we are planning to bring entire 2 lakh containers which are available close to the Paradip in Orissa to Paradip. Thereby Paradip port will be benefited definitely.
Hmm.
But more than that, the exporters and importers of container traffic will get immensely benefited, contributing to the economy of the Orissa in a big way.
Lovely. If you don't mind me asking, you have been in Visakhapatnam, you have been in Kolkata, you have handled the ports there, and now you're in Paradip. How is Paradip different? It could be a geographical aspect, it could be the business aspect. How is it different from Visakhapatnam and Kolkata?
Basically, the difference is Calcutta is a riverine port.
Okay.
Calcutta and Haldia
Hmm.
both come under Calcutta port.
Hmm.
Both are riverine ports.
Okay. What is a
What
riverine?
riverine ports mean? The port is located on a river.
Okay.
When a river, naturally the depth is less.
Hmm.
So in port, just to for information of all those who are viewing, so the greater the depth of the
Hmm.
port, the
Hmm.
bigger the vessel it can bring.
Okay.
The bigger the vessel, the higher the volume it can actually bring in.
Okay.
We call it as a Cape vessels. Cape vessels can carry about 2 to 2.5 lakh tons in one vessel, one ship.
Hmm.
So their draft will be 18.5 meters. Draft is the depth to which the ship can sink in water.
Okay.
That means greater the volume, naturally it sinks more.
Correct. Correct.
Lesser the volume, it sinks less. So Calcutta and Haldia, it has only 8-meter draft. That means
Okay.
smaller vessels only can come.
Hmm.
Whereas Vizag issue is Vizag is a city-based port. It has a cape handling facility. It has
Correct.
draft is higher, but it is city-based ports. It is not ideal for dry bulk cargo handling because it causes a huge pollution. Whereas Paradip, it is an artificial harbor in a natural location in my field,
Hmm.
because the location is such that it is very close to the important industries and mines of the hinterland, and then it is ideally suited for dry bulk cargo handling, and it has a soft soil also. Basically underneath the water, some of the ports, the nature of the underground, if it is soft soil, it is very easy to increase the depth. Very easy to do dredging. That is called dredging. Very easy to increase the depth. So that is possible at Paradip.
Also, I think, earlier I was talking to my team and they told me that India Maritime Week is approaching soon, right? How is Paradip Port preparing for this? Like, what do you have, in terms of your key themes and projects? What do you intend to showcase?
Yeah, just I want to share with
Yeah.
the younger generation especially,
Hmm.
and who want to get connected either for reference or for jobs with the maritime sector. We are the government of India, the Minister of Port, Shipping and Waterways is organizing
Hmm.
an India Maritime Week
Hmm.
2025 at Mumbai
Hmm.
from 27th to 31st of October.
Hmm.
This is the biggest maritime conclave the globe has ever seen,
Hmm.
and more than 100 maritime nations are participating, and 200 international speakers are coming,
Wow.
and then 1 lakh delegates are going to attend this conference.
Hmm.
This conference, Honorable Prime Minister of the country and Honorable Cabinet Ministers will be attending in a big number. And this is a good opportunity for the younger generation to register themselves as a delegate and
Hmm.
either physically participate or virtually they can have access to the discussions happening there. And this is a big forum where all the maritime experts will converge, they will converse, and they will also co create the solutions which are being faced by the maritime sector, how to improve the maritime sector
Hmm.
for the various fields,
Hmm.
shipbuilding, ship repair, then port development, port modernization, ease of doing business,
Hmm.
smart port solutions, green activities, so many things, maritime insurance,
Hmm.
security. So all the issues which are related will be discussed in detail. Paradip Port is participating in a big way in this conclave. So Paradip Port will be signing MOUs worth of about 1.5 lakh crores
Wow.
at this maritime summit, India Maritime Week. And with regard the various fields like shipbuilding, ship
Hmm.
repair, port development, port modernization, then also business development, a lot of other fields we are signing. So that will help not only Paradip, but the entire maritime sector will be greatly benefited by it.
Yeah. Another interesting thing that I came across during our research is that, Paradip Port is emerging as a green hydrogen hub, right? And could you tell us more about how, what are the steps being taken for, this to kind of get highlighted in terms of India's, energy future? Like,
Yeah.
how does this align with India's energy future?
So Paradip is a place which is ideally suited for green hydrogen production because we get a fresh water of Mahanadi.
Hmm.
Whereas if you take the seawater, we have to desaline it.
Hmm.
That cost of desalinization of this particular seawater is additional cost for production of green hydrogen.
Hmm.
So that's why it is very ideally suited. Now a lot of players have shown interest
Hmm.
to develop green hydrogen and green ammonia production plants closer to Paradip. Government of Odisha is also promoting in a big way setting up of these plants because we don't have land to allot for production of green hydrogen or
Hmm.
green ammonia.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that's why they are producing closer to the Paradip, and we are giving a facility for export of the green hydrogen and for bunkering. Bunkering means fueling the ships. So all these things, facilities we will give them. We will develop an exclusive green hydrogen berth. And I'm very happy to say that only three ports have been recognized as the green hydrogen hubs by Government of India.
Okay.
So उसमें one is Paradip and second one is the Tuticorin in the south and third is the Kandla in Gujarat. These
Hmm.
three ports are at present recognized as the green hydrogen hubs.
Hmm.
So a lot of assistance which is required for the green hydrogen producers in these areas will be provided by Government of India also. So a lot of players are interested. In fact, some of the MOUs are also we are also signing again in
Hmm.
this
Hmm.
maritime summit for this green hydrogen, green ammonia.
Okay. And I'm guessing again, I could be wrong, but I think Paradip as a port must have its own challenges to be dealt with because cyclones frequently, hit Odisha. And like, what are the challenges that it throws to you in terms of, your processes and running business as usual? Do you think the cyclones, prove as a challenge? Do they overwhelm sometimes people who are, engaging in commerce there? And if they do, then what are the measures we are taking and how are we circumventing it?
Yeah. Cyclone is a natural challenge we
Correct.
cannot avoid. Bay of Bengal is prone for more cyclones,
Correct.
basically,
Correct.
naturally. So the best thing is we have now a disaster management SOPs are much
Hmm.
better now
Hmm.
than 2 decades, 3 decades away.
Correct.
Now the systems are so streamlined, even if a super cyclone comes, its effect will be minimized. I cannot
Hmm.
totally eliminate, but we minimize it to very, very low extent
Hmm.
so that the operations are not affected beyond those cyclone periods. Cyclone period is suppose 1 or 2 days. Naturally, those 2 days it will be totally closed.
Hmm.
Port will be closed. The vessels will be sent into the deep sea
Hmm.
because the vessels are safe in a cyclone if they go in the deep sea beyond the
Correct.
cyclone
Wow.
range.
Yeah.
If they stay at berth, there will be a huge
Yeah.
moment will be there, and they get hit against the berth and they get damaged. A lot of
Correct.
things happen.
Correct.
So a lot of SOPs have been there, but
Hmm.
it's not a big challenge. And now I think not only Paradip port,
Hmm.
every port in the country is equipped enough to
Hmm.
handle these kind of natural disasters because they do keep on coming.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
And but Paradip port has a major issue of connectivity. Now the government
Okay.
of India is addressing in a big way the rail
Hmm.
connectivity, road connectivity. We are increasing our capacity in a big way.
Correct.
Today, our capacity of the port means how much cargo it can handle. That is the capacity. Today we have 289 million tons I can handle per year.
Wow.
This we are increasing to 350 million tons by 2030, and we are going to become a 500 million ton port by 2035 to 2040. Means it
Lovely.
is the first port to touch a half billion capacity.
Hmm.
So now the issue is parallelly, and we have to develop adequate rail connectivity, road connectivity.
Hmm.
Government of India, the Minister of Railways, National Highway Authorities also working in tandem with us
Hmm.
under Gati Shakti. Now the Prime Minister's Gati Shakti master plan is there. There the port connectivity has been given highest priority. So the rail connectivity which is required for this, road connectivity,
Hmm.
they are getting improved in a big way.
Hmm.
One more thing I will just tell you that the Brahmani river
Hmm.
which is coming
Hmm.
and joining the Paradip as well as Dhamra.
Hmm.
So Brahmani river also we are developing, that is called National Waterway number 5. This National Waterway number 5 is going to be developed in a big way where it will get connected from Talcher. It starts from Talcher, comes to Jakhapura, Kalinganagar area and joins Paradip. So Kalinganagar, Jakhapura area is a big hub, steel hub. Talcher is a coal mine, big coal mines are there. We get a huge cargo from both these places.
Hmm.
Now, once this waterway is developed as a third alternative other than the road and rail,
Hmm.
then the people can transport their cargo in barges.
Hmm.
Barges are small ships. They can bring to Paradip, and then from Paradip they can send to different destinations. That will add a alternate mode, and it is an environmental friendly mode, and it is the cheaper
Hmm.
transportation mode also that is being developed in a big way.
Hmm.
And we have Paradip Port, Government of Orissa, Coal India, Inland Waterway Authority is the anchor because
Hmm.
the waterways belong to Inland Waterway Authority of
Hmm.
India. All of us already come together. The work is very an advanced stage.
Yeah. Yes. And going back to my childish question, shifting the gear, what is the biggest crab that you have seen? Either you have feasted upon if you're non-vegetarian, or you have just looked at. What is the size? Could you just tell me what is the biggest? I'm sorry, this
That is difficult, but I don't eat fish
at all.
or crab.
That is
That's why
ironical.
probably I might have seen it.
Uh,
Probably I might not have taken it seriously.
Acha, so
Yes.
you don't dip
Uh,
your hand in your own
yes.
supply.
Yes. Exactly.
There's
Interesting.
another question,
Yeah.
and this is asked by a gentleman called Pritesh.
Uh-huh.
So Pritesh asks, what's that one Odia food that's your comfort food no matter where you are? The dish that instantly feels like home.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
I like Orissa dishes. It's
yeah,
very
yeah.
tasty.
Mm.
Especially I like dalma. It may be
Dalma.
very simple food and full of vegetables,
Mm.
and then it's very tasty also.
Yeah,
It will keep you full also,
correct.
and
Correct.
I enjoy eating dalma.
So, sir, I recently heard about the Bahuda port and also the Mahanadi shipbuilding hub. It sounds quite massive to me. But please do tell me, how is this going to transform the livelihoods for people along the coastal line? Like, how is this to, improvements? How are they going to change lives?
Yeah, these are the three important projects are there for Orissa, where government of Orissa and Paradip are working together. We have signed two MOUs
Hmm.
at Bhavanagar, Gujarat,
Hmm.
in the Honorable Prime Minister's event. The one MOU was signed between Paradip Port and Government of Orissa on the development of shipbuilding and ship repair,
Hmm.
and in the Kendrapara districts north
Hmm.
of Mahanadi.
Hmm.
Shipbuilding, ship repair is a huge potential.
Hmm.
Shipbuilding is considered the mother of all industries
Wow.
because the level of ancillarization it can produce, that is
Hmm.
huge.
Hmm.
It is said that the employment multiplier is also quite high. Suppose if the original shipbuilding project develops 100 jobs,
Hmm.
there will be 640 jobs will be developed in the ancillary industries. That means the multiplier is 6.4.
Wow. Okay.
Similarly, the ancillary industry equity investments will be the multiplier is 1.8.
Hmm.
If they spend 100 crores in the shipbuilding actual projects, ancillary industries to the tune of about 180 crores will be developed nearby.
Wow.
Now, the shipbuilding center is a massive shipbuilding center which is going to come up with 1.2 million gross ton per annum. Massive.
Massive.
It will build a big and big ships of capacity of about 2.5 lakh to 3 lakh tons carrying vessels will be built.
Hmm.
The investment is 24,700 crores. If you see, if 100 crore is developing 180 crores of answer investment, 24,700 into 1.8, you can put how much.
Yeah.
All this will be useful for the MSMEs, for the startups,
Hmm.
of the and for the venture capitalists of the
Hmm.
Orissa.
Correct.
So it will actually, especially the Kendrapara, we
Hmm.
have a lot of lands, government lands are there which are
Hmm.
barren.
Hmm.
And government of Orissa has agreed to give us 2,000 acres of land.
Hmm.
In this 1,000 acres, we will build the shipbuilding, and the 1,000 acres will keep the ancillary industries.
Hmm.
That will change the face of entire Kendrapara district.
Hmm.
So it will add to the Indian economy in a big way.
Hmm.
So shipbuilding and ship repair may the advantage is there now. Today, the Indian capacity is very low. It is a growing field.
Hmm.
Now, whoever captures this particular potential as early as possible will be a big advantage they have.
Hmm.
So that is one. Second one is we have been allotted by Government of India 5,000 acres of salt lands at Ganjam districts at
Hmm.
Bahuda.
Hmm.
So we have decided to convert those lands into a port, into a 150 million ton capacity port. That locality is very ideally suited. Bahuda river is there.
Hmm.
There is a estuary, so that can be used as a channel. So that is ideally suited to develop a port, Bahuda port.
Hmm.
For this also an MOU has been signed between Government of Orissa, Paradip Port and Sagarmala Finance Corporation.
Hmm.
All the three have signed at the Gujarat,
Hmm.
and this is a project of about around 22,000 crores
Hmm.
approximately.
Hmm.
This will help the southern part of Orissa in a big way, as well as the Chhattisgarh and northern coastal Andhra also,
Hmm.
because if the distance between the hinterland and port is less, naturally the logistic cost will
Hmm.
come down.
Hmm.
So Bahuda will serve Paradip. It will be a satellite port of Paradip.
Hmm. Hmm.
So Paradip and Bahuda put together, they can coordinate with each other,
Hmm.
and then they can give a common solutions for the customers, and the kind of economy, the kind of employment both these projects generate is massive. Third project is development of a cruise terminal at Puri,
Hmm.
because we don't have a proper cruise terminal in Orissa.
Hmm.
And Puri is the ideal place because large number, thousands and lakhs of devotees every day they come Puri. And if they have the darshan of Mahaprabhu one day, and if they can keep second day for the entertainment,
So,
and they can go into the mid seas, they can have the experience of the sea, and otherwise they can have parties and the mid sea. And similarly, the foreigners who want to come now, foreigners mostly they come on the west side. They come to Mumbai, they come to Goa, they come to New Mangalore. These are the areas where normally they visit.
hmm.
But on the east coast is also developing in a big way. For
Hmm.
example, Visakhapatnam has developed a cruise terminal. Chennai is developing. So if Puri also will act as for foreigners, if they come to Chennai and then Visakhapatnam, they can come to Puri also. They can visit Jagannath Temple and Konark, and we can have a tourist package also for them.
Hmm.
And we have hotels, large number of hotels are coming up. So even it will become a very good cruise destination for even foreign tourists also. Normally, foreign tourists, what they do, they'll come in the morning,
Hmm.
they'll get down and they'll see the different places, and evening they'll sail back.
Hmm.
That is the very popular cruise package normally.
Okay. You also talked about startups and MSMEs and how they'll be impacted by the, changes that you are doing and the new, frameworks that you're setting. What I'm interested in is that, say you are 2025 something and you are a new kid in the block and you are, trying to perhaps work on a product which has a international market, perhaps. Again, it could be anything. What would you suggest and recommend to that young kid who may or may not have capital, okay, who may have certain talents, who may have a product or may not have a product? How would you want that child to orient his vision? How would you want that child? Where do you want him to put his efforts? Considering the future, because you are at the cutting edge of these changes. You are with the policymakers. You are also understanding where the ports are going, what are the features we'll get. So what would your recommendation and suggestion to that 25-year-old entrepreneur or a kid with dreams in his eyes would be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now today the startups have become very popular,
Hmm.
and large number of students and brilliant students
Hmm.
actually after the completion of their education then they're joining the startups. So what my suggestion is, first to identify the field of your interest.
Hmm.
Number one.
Hmm.
Second one is the what is the potential for that field.
Hmm.
That is also equally important. Both these weightage, if you want to give, I'll give 50-50.
Hmm.
It is
Okay.
not only in the interest,
Ah.
but what is the market potential that has today.
Hmm.
If you select a area
Hmm.
which is of great interest for you,
Hmm.
but it does not have a market potential, so
Hmm.
you have to struggle a lot,
Hmm.
especially for the younger generation,
Hmm.
initial phases.
Hmm.
So very difficult to get the capital,
Correct.
and there is then they have at risk, huge risk.
Correct.
So that's why I suggest that give weightage for these two. We can take 2-3 examples. For example, we must have seen Mahavatar Narsimha, a
Correct.
film.
The movie, yes, yes,
So
yes,
how much they spent?
yes,
I think it is a micro enterprise. In fact,
yes,
Clean
yes,
Productions, which is a
yes,
Bangalore base,
yes.
it has spent hardly 15 crores.
Yes. Even the director is 27-year-old.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
How much it has earned? 500 crores. A
500
cartoon
crores.
film which you never thought, which you never dreamt.
Yes. 20 crores was the making
15
production.
crores got
Yes.
500 crores.
Yeah.
You
Massive.
can see Aratai.
Yes.
So now it is so famous. Now this is
Yeah.
already 50 lakh subscribers are
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
They have downloaded 50 lakhs people downloaded that particular app. It was a
Yeah.
small MSC.
Uh,
So you just identify which has a market, and but you have to. One thing is technology and quality. You cannot compromise. Quality of the
correct.
product you cannot compromise. Just because you are an MSME or in a startup, people will not take a product from you unless it is
Correct.
qualitative. So
Correct.
you have to work on that substantially.
Hmm.
Quality is more important than if you are able to produce a qualitative output.
Hmm.
Definitely, world is yours,
Yeah.
and nobody can stop you
Yeah.
becoming a big entrepreneur.
Yeah, it's really interesting that a person who, most of your life you have enabled companies to send products to another part of the world, right? Or get other, things from other part of the world here. It's very interesting that when I asked you, what are the areas that you would want the youngsters to focus on, you named two products or one is media, you talked about a movie, another is an app, even Aratai. So technically what it is, you are creating a product and you are also, this intellectual property or this code is being shipped to another part of the world, or people from another part of the world are interfacing with you through that app, and hence the value exchange. So it is very interesting that in order to create substantial value in the society, it is not necessary that you always have to go through the ports.
Basically, you can do. For example,
Yeah,
I'll tell one more example. I tell you,
yeah,
one IIT student,
yeah,
he met me in Utkarsh Varisha by
mm,
this recent conference.
yeah.
So he has developed an app
Okay.
which gives the entire market demand, global market demand, and the prices of those particular demand for food grains
Hmm.
all over the world.
Wow.
First, he has collected the database.
Uh,
Now, all the exporters of rice from India, If they take that download that app, they will get a lot of current information available for them, which is
Correct.
very useful for the rice exporters. Now he has
Correct.
become big with this
Okay.
small app.
Wow.
So there is, enormous opportunities are there. You have to find out the right area of which is interesting you and which has a potential in the market.
Could you give me a few more example which pertains to your field, like ports and all? Are there few more examples of similar like app that you mentioned? Have you seen any other youngsters
Now,
work
I
on
will
any
say
similar
one
project?
is a computer side, but if you mechanical side, if you go,
Uh,
every organization, Government of India mandates
hmm,
that in the procurement, 25% minimum procurement to be done from MSMEs.
Lovely.
So 2020, our procurement from MSMEs was 26%. Just we have ensured that 25% is
Hmm,
crossed.
hmm, hmm,
Last year,
hmm.
how much was my procurement from MSMEs?
How much?
82%.
Oh my God.
So we
Okay.
have promoted the
Wow.
MSMEs in a big way. We had decided that MSMEs have to given more weightage.
Hmm.
Then out of this 82%, 15% was basically from the women-led MSMEs.
Wow, lovely. We are approaching the ending of our conversation, so I will slowly shift the gear back to a little bit fun questions.
Yeah, please.
These are user-generated questions, so you can ask, you can answer in one lines,
Yeah.
or you can elaborate if you feel like. And yeah, so if Paradip Port were a person, what personality would it have? Disciplined officer, visionary entrepreneur, or a relentless dreamer?
Oh, you Paradip Port were a person.
Person, personification of Paradip Port.
Okay. I'll say all three.
All three. And what is the most beautiful place that you have seen in the last 30 years?
It's a beautiful place.
Yes, in
Oh,
India.
beautiful place I have seen is sunrise at Chilka.
Oh,
So it
lovely.
was it
Uh,
is a blend of beautiful ecology
hmm,
as well as the economy.
hmm,
And I really loved that particular instantly. That was good for me. But otherwise, India has transformed in a big way.
hmm.
Now, today, so under the leadership of our Honorable Prime Minister, and we are going to become the third largest economy in the world.
Correct.
That is a massive thing. So but particular fruits will be available to all the entire generation,
Hmm,
and you can see the quality of the services that are
hmm,
being offered now,
hmm,
whether in port sector or railway sector, anything you can take, hospitals, wherever you see, there has been a transformation.
hmm,
This transformation will further go on,
hmm.
and we are now, earlier we were being called as a developing country. Now we are coming very close to the developed country status.
Yes.
So that thing is visible in terms of services
Yes.
available, in terms of standard of living. So you can see, when I was in a village,
Hmm.
so we do not know what is a fan.
Ah, yes.
Started. So
Yes.
today you go to the village, they have cars, they have air conditions and whatnot. They don't have the
Yes.
smartphones. Everybody has a
Yes.
smartphones.
Yes. Yes. Okay, if you were to choose between Chhena Podo and Rasgulla, which
Acha.
one? Which one would you choose? One of the sweets.
Acha. I still, chana poda is rich in fat, and but still I prefer chana poda,
Chhena Podo.
because it is the taste as well as the aroma is very
Yes.
difficult to resist.
You like the caramelization, the
Yeah,
burnt
yeah,
part?
that I like very much.
Yes. Yes. Do you know that it was invented by accident?
Oh, acha,
Yeah,
I am
it
not
was
aware of
it was
that.
not a conscious decision.
Acha, okay.
The person saw some,
Uh,
leftover
uh,
cheese, and they just, made a concoction, left it in a, warm oven overnight, and in
okay.
the morning they
Mm.
saw the first iteration of
That
chana
person should
poda.
be given award.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree with you.
He has changed the
Yeah.
taste of the entire Channapoda.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
In fact, from from Biju Patnaik to everybody, all the leaders, they were obsessed with this sweet, and
But I
that's how
take
it.
sweets in moderation, not much.
Moderation. Fair enough. Fair enough. And have you attended one of the Bali Jatras in Cuttack? so far? You have
Yeah,
been
we
here
have
for
we
4
have
years
our
now.
own Bali Yatra at Paradip. Every year
Oh,
an
wow.
honorable chief minister comes. In
Yeah.
fact, we have a Boita Bandhana
Moita Bandhana.
at Paradip. We organize it.
Okay,
In
okay.
23, Honorable President of India,
Hmm.
Madam Draupadi Murmuji has attended as a chief
Yes,
guest.
yes.
In 24, Honorable Chief Minister Shri Mohan Janmaniji attended it.
Hmm, hmm.
So this year also we will be requesting Honorable Chief Minister to attend. It is a big event for us.
And what is your go-to Odia phrase if you have learned anything in the last 4 years you had?
Go to worry a phrase.
Yes.
But one phrase I like it, Jai Jagannath.
Jai Jagannath. Interesting that you mention it because one of the lore around Sri Jagannath and how he came about here is via a waterway. So have you
Yeah,
heard
yeah,
of
yeah.
it? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's what I know.
it is quite poetic that on
Correct.
that note we must conclude this session.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Haranadh. Thank you for being patient. Thank you for bearing with my childish questions.
No. Thank you so much, and you are a wonderful
Thank you.
anchor. Then
Yes.
good, and I enjoyed really the last
So did
1 hour. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Jai
you.
Jagannath.
Jai Jagannath.
Jai Jagannath.